Hi everyone, it's Vic here, and today I'm here with you with GoGoGetaway. We're super excited. We are running a cybercrop all weekend, and today's theme, Saturday, is Bah Humbug. So anything that's not Christmas related, and tomorrow it's going to be Jingle all the way, full out Christmas mode. So we hope that you will be joining us and enjoying the challenges that have been set for you. My challenge is the Bah Humbug shape challenge, which I set, and the shape that I went for to create the inspiration for my layout was a snowflake shape. So that is the shape challenge for everyone, and hopefully you will be inspired by it. Now you can go full hog with all the snowflakes, or just be inspired by the shape. So it could be anything like a wintry photograph, snowscape, landscape, pretty wintry places that you've walked, papers or embellishments. I've gone the full hog with my layout. I have just gone mad with my snowflakes. So as you can see here, I have decided to create my own huge snowflake embellishment on my layout. Got my inspiration just for doing a little Googling online and found a little tutorial about how to make your own snowflake patterns and paper chains. So I sort of adapted it a little bit, and I've created this snowflake that you can see here. Once I'd sorted my template out, I just stuck it onto my white cardstock very gently with some washi tape so that it didn't adhere too much and ruin that background cardstock, and then literally just traced around it and fussy cut it and did a fine black line, as you can see there, all the way around, just to help it pop off the page a little bit more. Now I'm using the Carter Bella collection, I think it is, Winter Market. They have got some really gorgeous snowflake papers in there, and it's all about the snow for me on that, I think. So I usually do a white cardstock background, but I've decided that I'm going to bash into the few bits that I did buy from that paper collection and have a patterned paper background. So I've just divided that paper up and cut it up a little bit to add a little bit of extra texture, and then trimmed it down a tad more so that you can actually see the white cardstock in between my segments. And the reason I wanted to do that was because I have this really pretty tool that's got like little silver sparkly bits in, and I wanted that to shine through the gaps in my background. Because I don't know about you, when you go out into the snowy landscapes and things, when the snow's freshly fallen, I absolutely love it. And when the sun catches it, it just glistens and sparkles everywhere. So that was what I was trying to emulate on my background there. And I think it works. So I was quite pleased with that anyway. So has anyone had any snow yet here? We're in the UK, and about a week ago, we were forecast snow, which doesn't happen very often down in my part of the UK. So I was really excited, especially seeing as I'm doing my December album at the moment. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to have like a snow page in my December album. And then it never came. It was really disappointing. But I know people further up north in the UK definitely had some snow. So I was quite envious of them. So no snow photos for me. So this photo that I'm scrapping today is from about 2 or 3 years ago, when we had a fair dumping of snow around here, January, February time. And my youngest was super excited and to be out in it and sledging and having a good time. So I've drawn out my big kick. It doesn't get used very often anymore. I must make a concerted effort to dust it off and use it more and make the most of it, because I have created the most lovely embellishments there with a sheet of vellum and just dry embossed it through my Sizzix machine there using an embossing folder, and also those gorgeous Snowflake die cuts there that I've made that emboss at the same time. I mean, how cool are they? So I've done some of those snowflakes with vellum, but I've also done a few here on some plain white cardstock, and I'm using a very, very old embossing ink pad there. It really has not seen the light of day for quite a while, so I was a bit worried that it wasn't going to be that good at adhering my wow embossing powder to my cardstock, but we managed it, and actually I quite like the effect. It did me justice, so I'm quite pleased with that. So once that the cardstock die cuts there of the snowflakes had the embossing ink on, I poured a little bit of the embossing powder over them and then tapped off the excess, always into a folded piece of paper so that it's easy to clean up afterwards, because glitter gets everywhere. And then I've put my my heat gun over the top and heat embossed them, and they've turned out super pretty. So if you've got stuff like that at home but not your own like shop bought snowflake embellishments, wintry embellishments, you can easily make your own. It was really then just a case, I decided where I wanted that big snowflake that I created, and I've just raised that up with some foam pads to add extra dimension to my page. And I've put a little bit of the embossed vellum sheet and then a little bit of that sparkly tool behind my photograph just to soften the edges of it a little bit, because snow is all soft and pillowy and bellowy and not hard shapes and lines, so that just helps add a little bit more softness to my layout there. And I simply raided my stash that I had. I've had these snowflake chipboards and that star chipboard shape for donkey's years, tucked away. You always get more, don't you, in a pack than what you need, so your stash supplies can build up quite nicely. So I was quite pleased that I managed to bust some of my supplies on this layout. And because they're so old, you can't really see very much. Most of the glitter has come off of them, but they do have a slight little sparkle to them, those chipboard snowflake shapes. So just layering everything up just to add detail and texture to my layout. Deciding where I want to place it. The idea was originally to just focus all on that bottom area on top of my big snowflake, but as you'll see, I sort of evolved a little bit and the snowflakes started falling from the top of the page as well, and it just helps to draw your eye down that layout and across it. I've almost created a bit of like a visual triangle there, which is always quite pleasing to the eye on when you're looking at something. Now, also had some fabulous Bramble Fox perspectives. I think they were from last month? Possibly from last month's Fox box and little extras that I'd treated myself to, because there's always something that catches your eye. And I decided that sweater weather would be perfect for my title. And also the blues that I'm using, I've tried to stick to all bluey, white, silvery tones to help add to the sort of the cold crispness feel of my layout that goes with being outside in the snow. And it also matched the blue neck scarf as well that my daughter was wearing in the photograph. So a little bit of a monochromatic layout, I think, really. So as you can see, just layering everything up now, using some of the stickers out of the Cartabella Winter Market collection. That snowman had to go in there. I mean, how cute is he with his carrot nose and his little smiley face? If you have snow, you've always got to have enough, haven't you, to build the snowman of your dreams. The bigger the better, that's what I say. We're not very good at it, but there are some people in the neighbourhood that are quite good at building snowman. So I always enjoy going down to the local playing field and seeing what they've created. And some of them are taller than me; they're huge. So I always get a photo by them and pretend that it was me that made it. But I'm not that good at creating and sculpting in snow. Definitely not to that size snowman anyway. But yeah, so he had to go on because he was a little bit of fun. Adding some of the stickers from the collection as well. And I wanted to add a few little word phrases in as well. So this one here, I think I cut up the Happy Snow Day one. It was a bit long for me. I didn't want it going all the way across my layout. I wanted to try and keep my little embellishment clusters quite compact. So it's coming along nicely now, and I actually really enjoyed creating this layout. Nothing like how I'd envisaged it at all, but super pleased with how it evolved. And I don't know about you, but I always have an idea and then things never quite work out how I envisage them in my mind. But I think that's the nice thing about scrapbooking, isn't it? That it evolves as you go along, and there's no right or wrongs either. I think it's great, you know. Everyone has a different style, and that's the best thing about it, isn't it? I'm using my Cosmic Shimmer glue. That is always my go-to glue to stick down my embellishments and my Bramble Fox perspectives. That little scarf there. I've got a hat, some earmuffs. They are super cute. I really love them. Really fun. And I've also got some Snowflake brads, which I found stashed away as well. I mean, gosh, they must be over 10 years old. So I really have managed to use quite a lot of things from my stash. And I literally just use my scalpel blade to do a little slit in my background paper and push them through to secure them. So last few finishing touches. Some sparkly sequins to emulate the glittery sparkly snow, and my layout's done. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my first process video for the GoGoGetaway Cybercrop, and hope to catch up with you all soon. Bye.